Amanda here. Today's workout is going to be a mix of cardio and strength, and all you're going to need is 2 light weights. We're gonna have 3 blocks today. They're gonna have 20 seconds of work and then 20 seconds of active recovery. So we're gonna keep moving for 2 minutes. We'll do 2 rounds on each block. It's gonna be a really quick one today. So get some water, have it nearby. Let's get ready to go. All right, let's start that warm up with some nice big reaches with those arms and take a nice big deep breath in. And then big exhale out as you relax the arms. So reaching up, feeling those stretch in those arms as you reach up tall, nice and wide. So bringing them all the way out to the sides. That's it. So keep bringing a nice big deep breath all the way down into your belly. All right, let's walk it out a little bit. So we're gonna bring up those knees, driving them up, getting those hips all moving, warmed up as well. We can add in a little bit of an arm swing as well. And let's bring both arms forward for some nice big circles as well. So reaching back, keep those legs moving. Keep them going, and let's change direction. So keep those legs moving. Just gonna bring those arms backwards. That's it, keep focusing on some big deep breaths as well. All right, let's bring those arms down. We're gonna step it to the side and then bring a little bit of a reach overhead. And same thing, shifting that weight from one side to the other. Reaching up overhead. Feeling that stretch all down the side. That's a couple more. All right, we're gonna bring it to a good morning. Feet underneath hips, straight underneath you. Fingers up behind those ears. Roll those shoulder blades back. Hinging forward. So you wanna keep those shoulders back. Sinking back in those hips. Making sure that you're not bending the knees too much. All right, so we're gonna keep with the good morning. We're just gonna add in an arm reach. So we're gonna hinge forward. We're gonna extend the arms out, bring them back, and then stand back up. All right, let's keep it going. Extend, pull back. A little pinch in the back of the shoulders still. Just really pinching them on the way back. That's it. So eyes are just forward in front of you. All right, one more. Bring it up to standing. Let's bring our feet a little wider than the hips. Let's come into our squat. Nice and slow. Just getting those legs warmed up. Breathing still. Make sure that those feet are flat on the floor as well. You want to have those knees tracking out over your toes. Try to keep that chest up. So make sure that you're not folding forward. Try to keep upright a little bit more. Squat. Might be a little bit more shallow than me. That's fine. Go with your own range. Back to standing, we're gonna have our seesaw jack. So we're just gonna step these ones out. So arms are wide, and then tapping that foot to the side. If you are a little earlier on in your pregnancy, I'm just in the 3rd trimester now, so no bouncing up and down for me, but you can always bring this a bit wider and bring it into those jumps. I'm gonna keep with the steps today. That's it, so open it up. That's it, a few more seconds on this one. And opening up those arms, feeling it in that chest as well. All right, last one, we're gonna go back to our high knees again. Or again, if you're early on, you can bring it into that light jog as well. Depending on how you're feeling. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep it a little bit faster in the pace. Getting that heart rate up just a little bit. No, we don't wanna get it too high. We wanna keep it around that. Able to have a conversation. You can hear I'm getting a little bit out of breath at the moment. So you don't want to get too out of breath. You still want to be able to talk during it. Okay. All right. You catch your breath. All right, let's go into our first block. So block number 1 today, we're going to do 2 run-throughs. So they're going to have 20 seconds of work. And then we're gonna have 20 seconds of an active recovery. The active recovery in this first block is going to be some high knees. So we're gonna keep the heart rate going when we're at that rest. The idea is that we're able to get our breathing back under control. So you might have to go a little bit slower, especially if you're in your 3rd trimester. It might be getting harder to get that little recovery in. You can always bring it to a little tap. You just wanna keep moving. We don't wanna come to a complete stop during it. So for the first one, we'll have high knees, and then we're gonna have an in and an out. So if you imagine that you have a little box in front of you, we're gonna step both feet out of the box, and then both feet in the box. So you can go slow with this one, or you can speed it up. If you're earlier in your 1st trimester or 2nd trimester, maybe you can do some jumping. So you could jump both feet in and both feet out for that one. We'll then go back to high knees as that active recovery, and then we'll have a wood chopper. So you're gonna grab a light to medium weight. You have your feet a little wider than your hips just to be nice and stable. We're gonna grab that weight with both hands and we'll bring it to our bottom hip, and we're gonna pivot on that back foot as we drive the weight up over our shoulder and then driving it back down. We're gonna do all on the one side for the first round, and then the second round we'll do the other side. We'll then go back to those high knees again for that active recovery, and then we're gonna finish with some swings. So we'll have our feet a little wider than our hips, holding that dumbbell just underneath the top part there. We're gonna hinge just like we did that good morning in the warm-up, and then driving it up for that swing. If you have a kettlebell, you could always use a kettlebell for this. Make sure that we're standing up nice and tall at the top and that we're not arching on the way back. All right, let's get ready to go. Okay, so block number 2, pretty much the same format as that earlier one that we just did. This time the active recovery is going to be a body weight squat. Make sure those feet are flat and your chest is lifted for it. Again, it's gonna be there for 20 seconds, and then we'll have a overhead press, and this one's with a jack. So we're gonna have a step out with it. So grabbing a light or a medium weight, we're gonna bring those weights up to our shoulders. So you wanna pull those shoulder blades back. We're gonna press the weight overhead as we step out that foot. So it's press and step out. Keeping that belly button pulled in and up helps keep that back strong and driving them up. Once we've done that, then we'll go back to those squats again, and then we'll have a reverse lunge. We're gonna keep switching legs so you can bring that weight in a goblet position and bring it close to the chest. We're gonna step it back, driving into your front foot for the lunge, and then we'll switch to the other side. 20 seconds, then we'll have a squat again, and then we're gonna finish with a front to a lateral raise. So grabbing your light weight, feet under those hips, again, pull your shoulders back so we're standing nice and tall. We'll drive both arms up for that front raise, and then you're gonna drive them both out to the side. So make sure you have a lighter weight. 20 seconds, we'll have that little 20 seconds of squats, and then we'll do it a second time. So go grab some weights that you think you will need. Let's get ready to go. Okay, so last block. This one, our active rest is going to be some heel taps. So if you can't reach your heel, that's fine. We're just gonna try and reach towards it. We wanna keep upright. We don't wanna hinge forward in this one. Doesn't feel very good if you're getting big anyway. So we're just reaching towards those heels for the active rest. We'll then have tricep extension. So we're gonna have those 2 light weights again, feet under those hips. Again, you wanna pull those shoulders back. We're pulling the belly button in and up, hinging forward. So from here, you wanna lift up the elbows. And then we're just gonna extend. So keeping those elbows lifted the whole time. What we don't want is to drop the elbows and then swing into it. It's a really common error. So make sure that you're bringing up the elbows and that you're extending back and then bringing them back to this right angle in the elbow. Then we'll go back to those heel taps again. And then we'll have a sumo squat with an upright row. Feet wider than shoulders and your toes are just pointing out a little bit. Pull your shoulders back. Again, keep with that lighter weight. We're gonna drive your knees out over the toes into your squat, and then we're driving up through the elbows. Now it's gonna depend on your shoulder mobility. You might be here. I have pretty decent mobility in the shoulders, so I'm gonna be able to pull it up high. Just make sure that you're pulling through the elbows and that you're not pulling up from your forearms. So we come into your squat, lead with the elbows, not bringing up the forearm. Super important. Then again, back into those heel taps, and then we're gonna finish with a row. So pull your shoulders back, hinge forward just like in that good morning position. This one we're gonna drive up one arm at a time. So we're gonna do a seesaw with the weights, keeping your shoulders square, making sure that we're not opening up on this one, and you wanna keep it nice and square. All right, we're gonna do 2 rounds again. And there's gonna be one little finisher at the end. It will be body weight, it'll be quick, it'll be fine. All right, let's get ready to go. let's bring it down to the floor. We'll just come to a comfortable seated position. We're gonna bring one arm across the body. Make sure that you're dropping the shoulder down and away from the ear. Take a nice big deep breath. That's it, really focus on trying to get our heart rate back down and that breathing back under control. And switch other arm. That's it, pulling in, push the shoulder down again. All right, let's bring that arm up. Other arm for tricep extension. So arm comes up, hand, pat yourself on the back, sit up nice and tall. Give that elbow a little squeeze. Make sure that we're not hunched over as well and that we have nice good posture here. And let's release other arm. Sit up tall. So a few more seconds. All right, let's bring those arms down. So we're gonna extend the legs out straight in front. Sitting up tall, and then a little stretch forward. Feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. Again, we don't want to be rounded, so you want to pull those shoulders back. And hinging forward. You might have to make your feet a little bit wider. Make some space for that bump. But again, you just want to feel that stretch in the back of the legs. You don't want to overstretch it. Okay, let's bring our feet together. We're getting into those hips a bit. Just let those legs relax. Keeping them in, keeping sitting up tall. And we're gonna bring one foot over the other one. So we're gonna have one bend, one foot comes over the knee. This is gonna be challenging if you have a really big belly, but you're gonna hold onto your hip and then looking over that same hip. So whatever knee you're hugging, if you are a little bit larger here, you can always extend the leg, bring that foot over, and then kind of lift up and then look over your shoulder. Feeling that a little bit in the back there, maybe a little bit down the side, depending on where you're tight. Slowly unravel, so other side. So again, you can either have it bent or you can extend the leg, bringing that foot over, lifting up tall, looking over your shoulder. Again, keeping up that nice tall posture as well. All right, let's unravel. So let's bring it to figure four. So we're just gonna sink back on those hands a bit, getting that ankle over your knee. That foot needs to be nice and flat on the floor. And then we're gonna press our chest up towards that heel. If you're in your first trimester, you can probably lay down on your back and do this one where you reach through, grab the thigh. It's pretty much the same thing. Get in the same area. And let's switch legs, other side. Foot in the right spot. That's it, a few more seconds. All right, let's bring it into our child's pose. So we're gonna unravel this one. We're gonna bring it onto hands and knees. So you wanna have your toes together, knees a little bit wider than those hips. You're gonna sink those hips back and then walk those hands away. Keep sinking those hips back, lengthening through the spine. And then you can rest your head on the floor. And your heart rate and your breathing should be back to normal by now. So you can have a couple of nice relaxing breaths here. Let's do a couple more nice deep breaths. And gently just bringing it back up. And back down. All right, awesome work, guys. Thank you for working out with me today. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Have an awesome day. See you later.